family but not by DNA. Dave and Adam are two of a kind, and they wanna borrow some of your day to talk into your ear holes about midi-chlorians and roller coasters. Those two things are unrelated, but so are they. They're unrelated at birth, like most people who aren't related. Unrelated at birth, but they're brothers in a brotherly way. Now it's time for the phenomenal brother and the golden voice of the South. They're brothers from different mothers, but they're both really proud to be unrelated at birth. Brothers but not by birth, family but not by DNA. Dave and Adam are two of a kind, and they wanna borrow some of your day to talk into your ear holes about midi-chlorians and roller coasters. Those two things are unrelated, but so are they. They're unrelated at birth, like most people who aren't related. Unrelated at birth, but they're brothers in a brotherly way. Now it's time for the phenomenal brother and the golden voice of the South. They're brothers from different mothers, but they're both really proud to be unrelated at birth.
You would go live. I'm chomping ice. I'm sorry, but
yeah, 3-minute countdown.
I'm sorry. Chomping.
Oh, yeah, 2 seconds left. I got time to crunch on this ice. Go for it, man. This isn't the official podcast anyway.
Right. We're not. Is that another coffee mug?
Someone gave this to me for my birthday, so I'm using it.
All right. Well, good there. Good. Yeah. How's everybody doing? Everybody good?
It? I'm good. Are you good?
I good. I'm good. Just, sitting here talking to people on Facebook, talking to people on text messaging on my phone right next to me. And I got a lot of stuff going on right now. I got to stop multitasking. You know what I'm not doing?
What are you not doing right now?
Watching baseball.
Yeah.
Because it's on right now.
I have it on the side of my iPad.
Oh, I could care less. I could care less.
I care less. Come on, dude. You literally have the war for the future of baseball is happening right now because you have the best team money can buy. And I actually have a book about the Dodgers called that. The best team money can buy versus small market baseball that could at any moment move to Montreal.
God, they better not.
I mean, this is literally the haves and the have-nots. It's beautiful. Yeah. It's a beautiful thing. You're a purist, man. You should love this kind of stuff.
I am. Carrie with a good question here. This is just random talking.
Please.
Chick-fil-A sauce or honey roasted barbecue sauce?
I'm a big Chick-fil-A sauce fan, so I'm gonna have to pick that one. The honey roasted barbecue is not bad. But when I taste that, I taste a grilled chicken sandwich in my brain.
Right, because that's one that you don't think about because it doesn't come in the little normal Chick-fil-A packets.
Yeah.
It just comes in one of those little flippy floppy packets.
By the time I'm done wiping mine down these days, they all taste like Lysol anyway, so.
Look, dude. You and I are.
Get what? No, what I don't really wipe them down. What I actually do is open it up and scrape it out onto my plate. I don't use the little things.
That's good. I've always been that way though. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Pre-COVID world, you go to a fast food place and you get food for the family. Do you normally eat it out of the container, or did you put it on a paper plate and just eat it?
Oh, we serve it up on our finest dineware, whatever you want to call it.
I could never eat out of just the container because I have to have something hard and soft and rough. No, I had to have something that I could put like all the dippings on. Yes. Yeah. Because I don't want to put the dipping stuff like I don't want to squirt out ketchup on the Chick-fil-A bag.
Sure.
I want to have a paper plate.
Okay. Well, here's one for you. Do you squirt ketchup onto the liner that's on the tray? Or do you squirt it onto the container if you eat inside of the restaurant?
So now that's a moot point. Because now all the ketchups, in fact, I've got them right here. All the ketchup in stores are coming in these things.
That's true. Well, let's say pre. So you said pre-COVID on the other one. What pre-neat little packaging on this? Would you squirt it onto the tray?
I was squirting on the paper in the tray.
See, I couldn't do that because in my brain, that paper is now wet, and whatever is underneath it is coming up through it. That's what's happening in my brain when that kind of stuff goes on.
Wow. Carrie said liners can't be trusted.
Thank you. Thank you.
But what would you
for the same reason? For the same reason that the napkin that's on the silverware at a restaurant can't be trusted.
Amanda just texted me and said, "You just like to create more dishes for me to wash." No,
you did say paper plate.
I did say paper plate. I think she was trying to cause some fights here. But thank you for backing me up. Brad Toon, tray paper is nasty. So here's a question. Do they have Canadian?
Wait, what was that?
Amanda sneezing.
Are those Halloween sound effects?
No, that was Amanda sneezing. So our fun Canadian friend Brad's here tonight. He's been missing for a couple weeks. We're glad to have Brad back. Is there a besides Tim Hortons? Is there a trusted fast food Canadian restaurant? I haven't heard of one. And also, I need to ask, what's the deal with Tim Hortons coffee? Because every Canadian I know says it's the best thing in the world. And on How I Met
coffee you have, what do you want?
Yeah, and on How I Met Your Mother, they said that Tim Hortons' word. Hey, hold on. A&W is amazing in America.
Oh no,
their root beer, if you get it straight from the tap, inject that into my veins, man.
The root beer, okay. But
the food's not great. No, it's not great. But I'm going to get the root beer. I'm going to have to at least get a burger. We ate at your mom says paper plates can't be trusted.
Wow.
Really?
Hey, it takes all kinds, man.
Although I will say I'm the one that gets multiple paper plates.
So we'll see there. So you would say paper plate can't be trusted.
Right. Right. So if you're going to do, so if you have the big, thick, and hearty paper plates, that's fine. Yeah. But if you've got the little flimsy styrofoam paper plates, give me at least 3 of them.
Yeah,
stacked up.
So you want Chinette or nothing then?
Yo, hands down. I'll buy the Dollar General Chinette. I mean, the cheaper version of it, but
sure.
Yeah.
So anyway. you just basically go to Dollar General, buy a stack of 100 paper plates, unwrap it, put your food on it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. My daughter hates it. She said, "Daddy, you gave me 2 plates." Yeah, and
you'll thank me later, right?
Yeah, right. You'll thank me when you're not wearing your Chick-fil-A sauce.
Exactly.
Oh, A&W went downhill up here when they started using paper straws.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Dave killing the planet 3 plates at a time.
Yeah, but those plates are like micrometers and nanometers thick. I mean, it's like.
Back to Brad's comment. Can we talk about how crappy paper straws are?
Yeah, man.
Because I'm the only one. I'll go out and say I'm a straw chewer. And Adam hates doing a podcast with me when I start chewing my straws. But you can't chew a paper straw. You can't.
Yeah.
It just tastes nasty.
Yeah.
So anyway,
well, see, so that's the reasoning behind it. She says if it isn't washed in hot water, it can't be trusted. So, I mean, you could try washing your paper plates in hot water. Not the Dollar General ones, but maybe some of the thicker.
I guess for me, I'm too trusting. If it comes in plastic that is easy, it's hard to get out. Which a lot of the times it takes a lot of effort to get these to get out of the plastic. If it comes in that kind of plastic, I'm just trusting of it.
Yeah.
So paper straws don't kill. How good the teen burger and poutine is.
What is the teen burger?
How good
the teen burger?
I don't know. But wait, A&W sells poutine at their restaurants in Canada?
Wait, what do they sell, Dave?
Poutine. That's it.
Wait. They sell fries. Let's call it what it is. Fries with gravy? Seriously?
Fries with gravy. Poutine.
It's like the poutine stand at Disney Springs. It's like, man, in the middle of a hot summer day when you've been walking around spending your money, nothing sits on the tum-tum like some fries and gravy, baby, with brisket.
Tim Horton is more about national pride than coffee. Okay.
Don't worry, Brad. So is Starbucks.
Starbucks. I'm here to tell you, Starbucks is horrible.
No, it's not horrible. Come on. It's not horrible. But it's something that you do.
It's the only reason
up there. So if you listen to like a lot of what Schultz did right after they started getting really big, it's all about fourth place. It's all about you have home, you have work, you have like your third place like church or something like that. Starbucks is about having that extra place to go. And that's what it's all about at the end of the day. It is a sense of comfort, I have to say.
Starbucks is right up there with its coffee to Joffrey's. And I am anti-Joffrey's.
Yeah, Joffrey's is not great.
Yeah. Wait. Jeffrey Martin, he's at Saratoga. You could have gone to the House of Mouse, to St. Cloud and been at the was it the studio, satellite studio? Is that what you call it?
Yeah, the Southern Command.
Yeah.
Hey, so Jeffrey, I'm going to need you to turn up the volume and open your door so everybody can hear us.
Yeah, exactly.
Be a big thing now. I want people coming into your room saying, "Wow, what is that awesome content you're listening to?"
Exactly, because we are going to be talking Halloween tonight. If you can't tell from my background here.
So, Carrie, let's get into his comment and let's tell the story.
All right. So Carrie was just here. By the way, I got to show you why Carrie was here. Oh, don't step on my lights. I'll be right back.
Oh, no. If you knock those over. Oh, man.
So Carrie all day had said, hey, I got something for you. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I got something for you. I said, all right, I know it's a pop because that's what you do. But what is it? He said, oh, no, it's a surprise. You got to see.
Oh,
that is a $125 pop. You got for $22.
That's funny. Scrump is see-through when you hold it up.
Well, because he's green.
Yeah, that's funny. It looked like there was nothing between them. I was like, was one missing in the package? And there it is. I see it now.
Yeah. She's green. But anyway, so he was over here, and for Carrie, what was it? 20 minutes. We worked on I got 2 new lights on my Prime Day. That was my Prime Day deal. I got lights for my green screen, so we try not to have all the little squigglies we were working with. And Carrie and I took 20 minutes to get these lights right. So I now have good lighting on my green screen.
Good.
And you have me in all my green screen glory.
Could have had the problem fixed a lot sooner, though.
What? Get me off the?
Yeah, I sent you the link that time, and you didn't order it.
You did, but I got this probably $20 cheaper than on that link.
These were $20. So they were free?
Okay, fine. It was cheaper than that. It was about $10. But
as long as it works, that's all that matters. Yeah, right. I've got my 2 plugged in right here. Yeah, are they adjustable on the color temperature too, or just the dim?
On the dim, and then I've got like little.
Oh, that's too cool.
Colors but I mean, it doesn't really do much. If I put the red, you'll see. If I put red on, it doesn't do anything.
It's probably what happens if I turn mine red for our Halloween episode, Dave?
I don't know. Let's see. It probably messes you. Well, see, you don't have a green screen behind you, so it'd be okay. The green screen. I got mine for the green screen. You can't see anything for yours, really.
Hang on. And then
kind of have a little Mustafarian look. Ooh. Anyway, so all right, so I guess it's about that time. We're going to record. I've actually got some not late breaking, but some news that came out today that has to do with some lovable Halloween films. So we'll talk about that. We are going to do a show of lists this week. We're going to do top 5 worst Halloween candies, top 5 best Halloween candies, your best Halloween and or scary movie. And since we are a family show, we're going to do the best Halloween movie for kids. So there you go. Yeah, Carrie, Adams' look is more natural because he doesn't have a green screen behind him.
No, I think he's talking about when I add the red, it makes it look more natural. When I take it out, it's too bluish.
Yeah. Yep.
So there we go.
Ooh, that's cool. Put a little orange on your face. Orangey. Speaking of, you never did that. We got to work on that other logo for next week's Halloween show.
Oh, we'll get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, FYI, the in-room Wi-Fi at Disney Sinks. At Saratoga Springs, you are correct, Jeffrey. At Riviera, though, it was awesome.
At Riviera,
just
awesome.
Throwing it out there. You know, I met Josh. I stayed at Riviera.
Well,
you know, I'm that good. No.
So, Carrie, if you want to show up at my door with a $125 pop and come help me with my lights, that'd be great. So,
actually, we'll talk after the show. But no, we'll talk now. Would you want it? Want one of those?
The Stitch one?
Yeah.
Maybe. Why?
Got you hooked up.
Okay. All
right. Thank you, Carrie. So you heard that. Anyway, all right. So we are going to Carrie can't hide money. Yeah, did you see? See, look at this. Look at this. Look, see, we were thinking about you, brother.
Oh.
So
wish I could make like hearts pop up on the screen.
Anyway. All right. So, no, that's the wrong episode. That's February.
It should be bats or
pumpkins
or crunching ice. All scary things. All right.
Let's get
just making sure I got my list for everything we're going to talk. So go ahead.
Your list is all right.
Whenever you're ready.
Me. Gotta get that golden voice where it's not pure.
Do your Anchorman warm up. Go ahead.
Unique New York. The arsonist had oddly shaped feet. All right. Bourbon. I love bourbon. Dreadnought. Hey, he found us on
keep us safe out there, BK.
BK found us on Periscope. We turned off Twitch and we're now on Periscope.
Yeah. That was
all right.
All right, let's do this thing.
Yeah. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. And welcome back into another episode of Unrelated at Birth. You've got the one, the only, the golden voice of the South, the human jukebox, Dave Adams, all the way from the top of the state of Alabama. That's right, in Madison, Alabama, in the wonderful Unrelated at Birth podcast studio. The top of the state, Adam. Yes, right here.
Right up at the top. Right
up at the top. Right there.
Yeah, there you go.
Where when we beat Georgia and Alabama, we do stone cold salutes with beers and that might have been one of the funniest things I've ever done. It was awesome. But as always, I have brought along my friend, the one, the only, the phenomenal brother that will lose in fantasy football this weekend. From the House of Mouse, St. Cloud, Adam Russell. What's up, man?
And every other weekend. That's not a news flash.
Man. No, you've won
8 out of 8. 8 out of 8. I won one game when Dak Prescott broke his ankle.
You're 7th out of 8.
I have to have somebody have a quarterback get injured to win this year. That's how sad it is. That's how sad it is.
You're not going to beat me. Don't worry.
Oh, no, I'm not even concerned about it in the least. That's why when it popped up on the screen, I sent you that picture where it said, "Would you like to make a cash wager with your matchup for this week?" I'm like, no.
Well, thanks to Carrie only getting negative 0.2 points out of his quarterback play.
Yeah.
I am now in a playoff position.
Nice.
So we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm that good. What can I say?
Yeah.
I'm undefeated in another one of my leagues. Oh, dude. If it's sports, that's where I'm at. So this week and next week, we are going to do Halloween extravaganzas. Brad Toon, is this episode about the Halloween candy bender Dave went on after Alabama lost? Well, first off, Brad, we didn't lose. We beat Georgia. And we're playing Tennessee this week, so we're not going to lose then either. On Halloween night, we're playing Mississippi State, and that's not going to happen. So there's not going to be any candy benders when Alabama loses.
So it's a normal Alabama season. We rock it until Auburn. Got it.
Oh, dude, have you seen Auburn this year?
I've seen them in previous years too, man. Nick's only 7-5 against Auburn. Anybody else would have been fired by now. I don't know what the guy brings to the table, but I'm kidding.
Being the second best coach in college football history.
And all the national championships, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah.
Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
And so forth.
Anyway, so what we are doing this. Yeah. Oh, your mom brings up a good point. Are we wearing costumes next week?
I was going to wear my Ghostbusters shirt.
I'm not going to wear my Ghostbusters shirt, but that's not a bad idea to wear a costume.
You're embarrassed of your Ghostbusters shirt.
Oh, I'm not. I've worn it multiple times.
But that's my go-to Halloween thing now. It's easy. Uh-oh. He's pulling up Amazon to look at Halloween costumes.
No, I have some ideas. I mean, I could always. I could just go as a Jedi.
Wow, as soon as you did that, like your green screen started getting... That thing is bright. That's impressive.
Yeah, it is.
That's impressive.
It is. All right, so anyway.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
So we are going to do 4 lists tonight of our top 5. 4 lists. People are all sad about Halloween. There's Halloween's canceled. Halloween's not canceled. Halloween is what you make of it. Yeah, you're not going to go knock on strangers' doors. You shouldn't go knock on strangers' doors and ask for candy. But that's neither here nor there. Go ahead, Adam. You want to say something?
I have said my piece about this before, dude. I did it the other week. I just I'm bracing for the comments to come. What do you mean you shouldn't go? Yeah. This is the core group though, so I know we like to have fun. But what I was laughing at mostly was how you were like, and anyway, that's that. And so
I will say, dress up, have fun, go see your family, stand by porches, wave at them from the street. Don't go knock on. I mean, this is a pandemic still. In fact, the numbers are getting worse. The only way Disneyland can open is if one in every 2,000 people aren't sick. So let's flatten that curve, Governor Newsom. Anyway, that's all I got.
Anyway, enough about that too.
That's all I gotta say about that. But so there are many different ways you could celebrate Halloween the day after or the day before, because the way I'm going to celebrate Halloween this year is watching Alabama beat Mississippi State. But there are ways to do it with family, friends. You can watch some movies with your kids that they haven't been introduced to before. Pull out some candy. Here's something you need to do. Find the worst type of candy that you used to get in the 80s and 90s and make your kids eat it. Do a worst candy taste test.
That's not a bad idea.
It's not, actually. In fact, what if we could do a live where Ellie and Harper and Emma and Aiden taste 80s and 90s candies?
Maybe. Yeah. If you can find it.
That's not a bad idea.
And I guess we'll learn in a minute from one of our lists which of those candies we'll be doing on the live.
Yep. So the first one we're going to start with is your top 5, bottom 5 worst Halloween candies.
Are we going in order from worst to worst?
Let's go 5 to 1. Yeah, 5 is being worst, and 1 is hell no. and you gotta say it like that.
Got it. All right.
It's not no, it's no.
Got it. Like poutine. No. Yeah.
Poutine.
So my number 5 in the worst Halloween candy is going to be Jolly Ranchers.
I can agree. It's not on my list, but I can agree with that.
Yeah, and I see them in the kids' bags a lot. I'm the only, especially the long, skinny ones that are like the size of an airhead, But I'm the only one in this house that does not like Jolly Ranchers.
Really?
So yeah.
Hold on.
Not a fan.
Carrie, get ready to throw hands.
Yeah. You might be throwing that $125 Funko Pop in my face here in a minute.
Get ready to come get these hands because
are you gentlemen going to engage in fisticuffs, perhaps?
Perhaps.
So what about you? What's your number 5?
So my number 5 is something that I used to love, but looking back on it, it was the biggest waste of time of putting something in my mouth. Double bubble gum.
Oh, come on, man. That's a classic.
After 2 chews of it, flavor's gone. It gets hard. It messes up your jaw. Double bubble gum.
Double bubble.
And I will throw an honorable mention in here because I don't know if you can really say this is one of the worst candies, but anytime you go to a house that gives raisins out,
yeah,
that house needs to be egged.
That's what Vance said was using the leftover candy for Mickey's Not So Scary. Okay, not really. It was just the raisins. Yeah.
Mickey's Not So Scary never gave out raisins, did they?
They used to fill your bag at the front, I think, with stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, so last year, I guess it was last year, we just ended up using our Not So Scary.
Yeah. I mean, it's there and it's candy. Free.
Yeah.
So my number 4, and I'll throw out my honorable mention when we get to past number 3. Because I have an honorable mention as well. My number 4 is going to be generic, like black and orange or any colored jelly beans. Like just generic. It's in a package. It doesn't have a logo in it. And they're usually, bigger and have that kind of sugar glaze look to them. Yeah. Not a fan of that.
Yep. All right. So my number 4 is one that I know you actually like.
Okay.
Tootsie Rolls.
I can get by with the chocolate ones. We'll talk more about Tootsie Rolls later, though.
Okay, it's just,
but yes, I can understand why they would be that way.
Yeah, it's just, they're not good. They're like, they're not even good chocolate in my mind. It's just mush in your mouth. It's kind of the same thing as the double bubble. You have 2 chunks. I can
understand why you would say that.
Mush.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
all right.
I can understand why you say that.
What's your number 3? And this is going to be one that you probably hadn't even thought of.
So Vance Cope says that the black and orange peanut butter candies are great. That's my number 3 is the black and orange generic peanut butter candies. That was perfectly timed. Just, that was. I'm not I guess it's like my mom and paper plates. I'm not a fan of anything just generic. Like I want to have a name brand slapped on that sucker. I want to know what I'm getting. And with this, technically you do know what you're getting.
Bougie.
But if it only comes out once a year, where were those things sitting and for how long?
That's a good point.
Because they don't have this factory somewhere that's like, oh, it's Halloween. Let's get all the gang together and make these candies,
Right.
So,
all right.
What about you?
You said you had number 3 honorable mention. Do you want to do mine first, and then
do yours, and then I'll do my honorable mention, okay. And I'll give my 2 at the same time.
So apparently, your dad read my list. My number 3 is Necco Wafers.
Yeah,
they are chalky, and that's it. No flavor, just chalk.
Yeah. If they handed them out on Halloween, I would say the same thing about satellite wafers, which are like those styrofoamy kind of candies.
Oh, you mean like the communion wafers that they're giving out at church right now because you can't actually. God, it's styrofoam, man.
Are they at least individually wrapped?
Yeah, so it comes in a cup.
Oh,
like it's got the styrofoam bread. Yeah. Under it is the grape juice.
Oh, you could dip the bread in the juice and have a little like.
If you dip the bread in the juice, it would disintegrate. It's that bad.
Nice. Ooh, that's interesting. All right. So my honorable mention is anything. Doesn't matter if it's a Snickers, a Milky Way, a peanut butter pumpkin, anything good or anything bad. Your eyes get big. You reach for it and you realize that it's half unwrapped.
Does that ever happen?
Oh yeah, especially with things like Dum Dums. Like one of the things I end up doing is I'm Candy Patrol because I'm overly like protective about all that stuff. So like any dum-dum where the paper's just like sitting there like a bad toupee.
Yeah.
Things like that. If it's super good, but it's unwrapped, that's one of the worst Halloween experiences is now daddy's got to throw it away. Sorry. Oh, and look, this Snickers, which is perfectly fine, has also gotten unwrapped.
Of course. Yeah. You have
to stock a couple away that way using that same rule. So anyway, my number 2 is candy corn.
That's what your dad said.
Not a fan.
My number 2 is Circus Peanuts.
Yeah, I was going to put those, but I don't know that I've ever received or had the kids receive Circus Peanuts.
I have. They were in a pack of 4.
Okay.
One of those little clear plastic packs of 4.
Delicious.
And deliciously
delicious.
Horrible.
Delicious.
So your dad says his least favorite is the black and orange peanut butter candy.
There you go. See?
So what is your least favorite Halloween candy, Adam?
My least favorite Halloween candy is actually a category of candy, and I wrote a blog post about this. So head to www.unrelatedabirth.com and check out our blog. Because last Halloween, I wrote a blog post about chocolate candy that has been in a bag with fruit candy. Because the fruit flavor, the generic fruity sweetness will mix in with the chocolate and completely ruin the chocolate. And I'm such a huge chocolate guy.
Yep.
That if it's ruined, it makes me madder than anything else. So when we separate, like Mickey's Not So Scary being a great example, you got to keep the gummy lifesavers and the fruity Tootsie Rolls and all that in one bag when you come home, and the chocolate in another to keep the taste away from each other. So that's my least favorite Halloween candy is when it's been improperly stored.
By the way, Brad Toon says you are doing everything correctly. It's called the dad tax.
Absolutely.
In fact, I have got Ellie and Harper so just trained about the dad tax that anytime they hand me something to open, they say, all right, you can take 2. It's not even a question now.
And there's the Thanksgiving rule too. If you got candy on Halloween and it's been there for a month, Thanksgiving rolls around and you haven't eaten it yet, it all technically goes into the dad tax.
Right. Exactly.
Because you're about to get some more at Christmas anyway.
Right. Exactly. All right. And my number 1, you get ready to throw these hands, Carrie. Candy corn.
Yep. So we all agree that it's bad except for Carrie.
It is bad. Eric said mint lifesavers are the worst because it makes everything taste off.
Especially the white ones, the wintergreen. Oh man.
Am I wrong to say I actually enjoy the mint lifesavers?
I don't mind the mint lifesavers. It's what they hand out at churches tend to hand that out, I think, as their go-to candy too. Sometimes though you'll get one. You can never tell if a lifesaver, especially wintergreen, is going to be crumbly. Or is it going to be super hard? That's one
I like
thing.
the crumbly ones. I like the crumbly
ones. I do too, because you can kind of chew them quietly in church, but sometimes you think you got a crumbly one and you bite into it. But the other thing is every now and then you'll get one that tastes like a bathroom cleaner. Like it got a double dose of that mint and it just throws the whole thing off. But I do agree that the smell of those alone is enough to make everything taste kind of off.
All right. So here is one of our listeners on the live. If you're listening to us on the podcast and you'd like to join us on our live, every Tuesday night at 8:30, usually we come on here and do about a
8:30
Central, the right time, the best time. If 8:30 Central, we do about a 15-20 minute pre-show, and then we'll start recording. And so if you want to be part of the live studio audience, come join us 8:30 when we do our Facebook Live on Tuesdays. One of our listeners, Carrie Loney, his worst 5. The giant sweet tarts, I guess the rope. His number 4 is Smarties, which I'll fight you because I love Smarties. I will actually go through and dig through Ellie's candy and get the Smarties out and just eat those. Number 3 is Red Hots. I agree because they're just not good. Number 2 is generic suckers. And number 1 is Sixlets. I don't even know what Sixlets are.
Oh, Sixlets are the little like BBs. They're M&Ms, but they're a sphere instead of flat.
Oh yeah, those are horrible.
I like Sixlets. I don't have a problem with those. But
apparently Eric says he loves Laffy Taffy. Does he like to shake the Laffy Taffy? Anyway,
so go to the next comment real quick.
Oh yeah,
pull it up.
Kathy makes the best Halloween treats: ghost cigarette holders. What?
So my mom. Yes. So my mom makes these things we call cigarette holders. And they're basically 2 Ritz crackers with peanut butter in between them. And then she dips them in like white chocolate and then drizzles a regular chocolate over them. Fantastic.
Wait, does she hand these out to the kids?
No, she makes them like when they come over, they'll make them and we'll get a batch of them and that kind of stuff.
For y'all. Okay.
For us, yeah. And so the story behind that is my mom was making them one time and she said out loud, while my grandmother was watching TV, she said, "What should we call these?" And somebody who was watching TV said, saw something on like Antiques Roadshow or something like that and said, "Oh, it's a cigarette holder." So right when my mom asked that question, someone said cigarette holder, so we call them cigarette holders.
Yeah.
So, but anyway,
Vance Cope. Glad I was a fat kid that wasn't picky. I can't think of a bottom 5. Now let's be honest. I was a fat kid, and I'm still not skinny. But I have a definite hierarchy of candy.
Sure.
I mean, you want to call it bougie? Fine, I'm bougie.
I'm shocked. So I saw my dad put it in his bottom 5, good and plenty, but no one else mentioned any kind of black licorice or anything like that.
No, because to me, it's so bad, it's not even worth it.
I love it though.
Now, I like red licorice. Like I like Twizzlers. I can eat Twizzlers.
That's just cherry candy though. I mean, that's cherry or strawberry depending. I love black licorice though, but.
Your dad said nobody said homemade popcorn balls. Why?
That's what you should do. Just pop popcorn, put it in a bowl, trick or treat. Here you go, kids. Take as much popcorn.
Here you go, kids. So, oh wow!
Oh, look at this! It's coming in. Black licorice is great from Vance, and all licorice is good from Carrie. So we actually have a quorum of licorice fans in here.
I know.
That's surprising.
Let's ask this because this is one that a lot of people it can divide some people. Dark chocolate or no?
The darker the better.
See, I like dark chocolate.
I'm talking 85% cacao dark chocolate is my.
See, I can eat dark chocolate all day because it doesn't have that sweetness.
Yes,
and so you don't get that. Oh, I'm so full because it's so sweet.
Yeah,
taste in your mouth.
I just discovered the other day cacao nibs. Sounds bougie, I know, but it's actually the edges of the bean that are like fermented and they dry them. And they're crunchy, so you get a little bit of dark chocolate flavor, but you mix them in with yogurt and stuff like that, and it's actually good for you, but it tastes like chocolate. And I had Blair and Aiden try them, and you should have seen their face. It was hilarious. I'm like, they're all mine. They're all mine.
So my wife, who is in there making T-shirts as we speak, black licorice and banana runts would be her worst.
Well, I wouldn't combine those under any circumstances.
I know, right? Oh, that would be horrible.
I don't disagree with any banana candy on that one, though.
Are you a banana Laffy?
Except for banana Laffy Taffy. That'd be the only exception I'd make there.
I am just not a Laffy Taffy fan. I don't even like saltwater taffy.
Yeah. I like saltwater taffy.
Which goes back to my Tootsie Roll and Double Bubble. I don't like just that chewy for chewy's sake.
Sure.
Candy.
It's like my dad said dots on his bottom 5. They just get stuck in your teeth and they don't do anything else.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so we're talking worst. I guess we got to move to the best now.
Let's do it.
All right, so Adam, what is your number 5 best Halloween candy?
Pardon my ice sounds, everybody. At least I'm not crunching it. My top 5. So let me see. If I go 5 to 1, I'm just going to go quick. Oh, go ahead.
Real quick. Carrie, next time I'm in Central Florida, I'm coming to Adam's for French press cocoa and this yogurt treat he speaks of.
I'm drawing them in with my delectable delights. I'm going to go ahead and put this one out there. I
can give you his address, Carrie. It is one. No.
I'll meet you in Indian Shores.
There you go.
No, I'm kidding. So I would say, I'm looking at my list trying to do 5 to 1. I would say my number 5 would be anything full size.
But no, see that's
just so cool. It's the but it's just like, I had a category in the other one too. But it's just like, if you get anything full size, it's just awesome, man. You know? I mean, except for in that case, I will agree with you on this, the big Tootsie Rolls.
Yep.
I don't like the big ones because you got to give it that like that pull kind of thing. Right. You got to eat it like a lion almost. The big ones I'm not as crazy of when you talk full size, but I'll say anything full size.
All right.
I'm sorry I copped out on one of them, but
you did. I'll give you that. 5? My number 5 is Nerds. I can eat Nerds all day, any day, every day.
Sure.
Which is not good because they add up very calorie wise, and you're like, oh, they're so tiny. It's that you don't.
Oh, sure.
But yeah.
Do you ever get the 2 packs with the 2 flavors and you open them both up at the same time?
Just chug the whole thing down. Yep, got to. Have your kids ever done Pop Rocks?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
they have.
Harper hasn't. I would I think that'd be a good live one time.
And watch her get one up her nose, man.
Oh, that would be so bad.
Very first one.
That would be so bad. We need to. That's okay. 1 week, maybe a Saturday when Harper's still awake. I'll go live and we'll give Harper some Pop Rocks and see what happens.
There you go.
So, all right, Adam. What is your number 4?
My number 4 is okay. So I had one here and then I had to replace it. So my honorable mention in this category is going to be those. It's made by Brock's, so it's similar to candy corn, but they're shaped like pumpkins. They call it mellow cream or something like that.
Are you kidding me? That's too bad on everybody's worst list.
I love those pumpkins. I don't know why. Because the other day I realized, I think it's a couple of years now actually, it hit me that those are just candy corn shaped a different way. And it totally broke my heart that that's kind of what they are, but I still love them anyway. Yeah. My number 4, though, is going to be, it was a toss-up between Airheads and Laffy Taffy. Airheads. So I grouped those together. I'm trying to stay away from that category. But Airheads and Laffy Taffy. And I think Laffy Taffy gets the edge because every one of them comes with a joke. And who doesn't love a good joke?
And they're good dad jokes, too.
Exactly. But to Blair's point earlier, I think what gives Airheads the edge is they don't get stuck to the wrapper like Laffy Taffy does. If you get a Laffy Taffy that's gotten warm, though, but they're still flat, and then you can peel it off. That Laffy Taffy, if it gets warm and gets folded in a little bit, you are never getting that wrapper separated from that stuff. You know?
That is very true. By the way, I feel very disappointed now.
Why?
Amanda says that Harper has had Pop Rocks.
Oops.
Can we borrow a kid? Can we borrow someone's kid that hasn't had Pop Rocks yet and put it and bring them on the show and let them see their reaction?
I promise we won't mix the Pop Rocks with Diet Coke or whatever it was.
Oh, please. That's a wives' tale. Come on. Okay, here's another thing. Have your kids had Beverly yet?
Yes, they have.
Mm-hmm. So Ellie has as well, but I know Harper hasn't.
Okay.
I guess the next time we're in Disney that finds that we can find Beverly somewhere, we'll have to let Harper have some Beverly at Disney. All right.
Okay.
Your number 3, Adam.
Number 3 is going to be I love Haribo Gold Bears, so any of the Haribo Halloween little gummy bears and bats and stuff like that. Big fan of those.
I love gummy bears. But I do not like the Haribo ones.
What? Those are gummy bears, dude.
No, they're too. I like the softer gummy bears. The Haribo ones you have to actually chew and work at it. Yeah. I like it. This is going to get me some hate. I like the gas station $1 packet. 2 for $1 packet gummy bears.
Like the ones that are the same stuff as the gummy worms, just smaller.
Yep. Those are the ones I like.
Yeah, don't eat the sugar-free ones. Oh yeah.
That's
good reading. That's good reading.
Go ahead and eat the sugar-free ones and make an Amazon list.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, it's great. All right. So my number 3, is Twix.
Okay, yeah.
I don't care if it's a right Twix or a left Twix. I like Twix.
What about peanut butter Twix?
Even better.
Even better.
I haven't had the cookies and cream Twix yet.
Okay.
But I am sure that those are going to be even better. So anything Twix makes, I like.
Nice. I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah, I love me a Twix bar. All right. What is your number 2 best candy?
This is going to be an interesting one to see the reaction to. I absolutely love the fruit Tootsie Rolls, particularly the vanilla ones. Those are the best.
No, thank you.
We went around to Universal and in Islands of Adventure. They're doing the trick or treating.
Yeah.
And when you were there with us, we got to the Cat in the Hat shop and they had a thing full of them. And she kept putting them in Emma's bag, and I was just like, "Oh yeah, Dad Tax City, baby, here we go." Oh yeah. Anyway, what's your number 2?
But my number 2 is easy. M&Ms. You can't go wrong with M&Ms. Now, I will caveat this. Give me plain chocolate. Give me caramel. Give me peanut butter. Give me pretzel. But if you give me peanut M&Ms,
dude,
I'm giving them away.
No.
Peanut M&M away.
Do you like peanuts in your Coke? You ever eat that snack?
I have had it twice, but no, I do not like it.
Okay. See, I'm a huge fan of that. And so my go-to snack in college, And a thing my parents would always say to me is get some peanut M&Ms and a Coke, before you study or when you're having a bad day.
Right.
Let that be your thing. I love it because what I do is I get the Coke, drinking it while I'm eating the peanut M&Ms. I eat the chocolate off of the peanut M&M and then enjoy the chocolate. Yeah. And then you take a sip of Coke with the peanut in your mouth, and it's like you have peanuts and Coke. It's like 2 in 1. It's fantastic.
I can see that.
Yeah. But hey, you know what? Again, and then Amanda says her peanut ones are her favorite. So you guys have the whole M&M spectrum color.
We do.
Covered. But I will say M&Ms are turning into Oreos, though. All these mocha nut fudge and Nutella M&Ms, there's way too many like weird combinations. It's like they go on every opportunity buy of, hey, this company has this weird flavor on sale for 99 cents a pound. Let's throw it into the M&Ms and see what happens. Yep. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. But
Yep, agreed. All right, so what's your number 2? Did you say your number 2?
My number 2 was the fruit Tootsie Rolls.
Oh, that's right. All right. So what is your favorite go-to candy?
I think we might agree on this one. I'm interested to see peanut butter pumpkins.
I mean, are we not brothers? We are.
I had a feeling that was going to be the same. Yep.
And on Halloween, don't you dare give me just regular Reese's. Don't do it.
Right.
Because that means you bought them sometime and there's just extra laying around that you had in your bowl.
And that, go ahead.
They have to be the peanut butter pumpkin ones.
That will fit. I'll actually go along with that a little bit because my honorable mention of anything that's like half unwrapped and you don't get to keep it, I'll actually add to that when you get a Reese's cup and you're so excited and you open it up and it's already got that white film on it. Yeah. And you can tell that it's last year's Halloween Reese's.
Or it's half melted and that aluminum is like melted into the chocolate and you have to like try incredibly hard to get it out and not have any slivers of aluminum in the chocolate.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, he just went away. I don't know where Adam went. Let's see. I'm a little lost. I'm scared. I'm scared, you guys. Adam ran away.
I have no idea what I clicked. I literally went down here to click this, and it knocks me out of the stream altogether. But Eric asks, "What's a pumpkin?"
It's a Reese's cup that is shaped in a peanut butter pumpkin.
Just imagine. Well, just imagine like a mound of Reese's. It's really just like.
So have you at Christmas time? I'm sure he's seen the Christmas tree.
And the eggs at Easter. Yeah.
Right. It's basically just Reese's in a pumpkin.
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. Carrie, his top 5 on our live, y'all. Once again, join our live. Nerds. We in agreement. 4 is Laffy Taffy. 3 is Twizzlers. 2 is Milk Duds. And I don't know why I should read this because Carrie is crazy. Candy corn, every version of it. I can promise you would not say every version of it because what was it they had that I showed on the group one time that Jeffrey Kramer bought? Was it
the Thanksgiving dinner?
No, it was blackberry cobbler.
Oh, see, that might actually be pretty good.
No, he said it was horrible.
Yeah.
It was absolutely horrible.
So, but Carrie, I have to ask you, every version of it, does that include Thanksgiving dinner candy corn? Because here's a live for you, Dave. I have a bag of that I found at Walgreens in our kitchen, waiting for some kind of video or idea. I think we need a Thanksgiving dinner candy corn taste along with Mr. Champion of candy corn himself, Carrie Loney.
Well, how about this? Do you remember? I don't know if they do this anymore, but Jones Soda did a Thanksgiving pack.
Yeah.
I think if we can find that, we should do the Thanksgiving dinner candy corn and the Thanksgiving dinner Jones Soda.
So Carrie says, feed me the candy corns. So I think that's a yes. I think that's a yes.
Okay. All right, Carrie. Awesome. Well, then we'll have to do it. That should be fun. I think this is a great break. We'll take some time out to reset the list here because the next are going to be movies and things you could do on the inside of your house during this pandemic Halloween.
Or outside if you have a projector.
Or if you have an outside
TV outside,
like me. So I think this is a good time for a Virgil Ask a Question. We've got 2 of them this week, don't we? He sent 2 of them back to back.
One's for this week, and one is to have one in the can.
Okay.
And he told, Yeah, there it is. Okay, I've got it. So, all right, you ready?
Yep.
Here we go. Hang on.
Hear it. I can't hear.
I'm working on it.
Hey guys.
Oh, this app drives me crazy.
Brad, too. I don't know what he's referring to. Hold on, pause that. Pause that.
Just got it.
Brad Toon says, not seeing the screen, just heard Dave say, join our live stream, nerds. I said join our live stream, comma, nerds are my favorite. So, wait, it's not, I guess I might have put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable, but join our live stream, comma, nerds are my favorite. But also, yes, join our live stream, nerds.
I love it.
All right. What is Virgil's Ask a Question this week?
All right, here we go.
As always, I got another question for you. In some European countries, it is common to see brick walls only one brick layer thick in a wavy pattern. This design uses far less bricks than a standard straight brick wall because it is much more sturdy. A single layer straight wall could easily be pushed over. A straight wall would have to be many layers thick and have reinforcing posts positioned at intervals according to its thickness and foundation. The arch design in the wavy wall is what gives it its stronger support. My question is, what is this design called? All right, thanks, guys. Look forward to it.
All right.
I'd like to buy a vowel.
There are actually quite a few vowels in the name.
I know.
If you had to guess, what would you call it? It's a wavy, one brick thick, wavy wall that looks just like a zigzag. What would you say it's called?
Wavy wall.
That's so he told me the answer the other day, and we were talking on the phone about it. And he said, "What do you think that's called?"
Hold on. Virgil, you cannot feed Adam answers.
No,
that's not.
I would have looked it up anyway. I have to know.
You can't feed him answers.
And exactly what I told him. I would have called it the British wavy wall design, and he said, "No, it's called the crinkle crankle," which sounds like, which it's actually appropriate. That sounds like Halloween candy no one would like. Great! I got some crinkle crankles. I got a rock. You know.
Where is our relative UK listener, Ben Harris?
Yeah,
he's probably asleep because it's 2:00 across the pond.
Probably so. Well, what are you doing? Wake up! Come on.
Yeah, what are you doing, Ben? Wake up! We need this because this is an across the pond question.
Exactly.
You know what would be great, and I don't know if he sent it yet, but what it would be awesome if the candy he's sending us comes in before next week's show. And we could taste that on the Halloween episode.
Yes, that would be cool.
That would be cool. And I think Brad.
I think someone has some homework to do then.
Yeah, I think Brad Toon said he's going to send us some Canadian candy here sometime too.
Awesome.
So yeah, that'd be great. We also, as we transition into movies, we have some sad news. If you don't subscribe to Apple Plus, which, by the way, it's another one of those things they're all putting plus behind their streaming services.
Don't get me started.
I know. We're going to start a new service called Unrelated at Birth Plus.
Well, how about that? Instead of siblings, we'll just call it Unrelated at Birth Plus. That's our Patreon.
The Plussers?
The Plussers.
So if you have not subscribed to Apple Plus, which if you have an iPhone, I think they give you the first year for free or something like that. Beyond that, it's $4, which they've got some cool content on there. If you have not subscribed to Apple Plus, you will no longer get to see.
That's not true.
The Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown.
That's not true.
You will no longer get to see Christmas Charlie Brown, the Thanksgiving Charlie Brown, Valentine's Day Charlie Brown. It's all on Apple Plus now. Why are you saying it's not true, Adam?
So it will not be on broadcast channels. You are correct. It won't be on ABC like it normally is, but you can get to it on Apple TV Plus for free on the 30th, 31st, and November the 1st. So on Halloween, you can get to it, but outside of that, you have to pay to get to it.
Are they doing that just this year? What about next year?
That's a great question. If I was them, honestly, I would just put it up there every year and let it be free. mean, Apple TV Plus is like what, $3.99 a month, $4.99 a month. I mean,
BK Dreadnought 78, who also works for Microsoft, says Apple is the devil. So,
well,
he has a reason to hate Microsoft, to hate Apple, which I'm on my Mac. I've got my iPhone here. I've got my work iPhone.
I have my home MacBook Pro on books sitting on top of my work MacBook Pro. Yeah. Sorry.
Eric says he believes they're on Hulu. Right now they are, but they just made the announcement that it's coming off.
They're going to yank it. Yeah. They got rights to all the content.
Yep. Apple's just taking everything over. I'm okay with that.
The pause that refreshes. You got to give me a hand signal before you start drinking.
Oh, sorry. Vanscope. Dave can't watch Ted Lasso. It's about soccer. That's for poor people.
Ooh.
Okay, hold up. We're gonna set the record straight. I didn't say soccer is for poor people. I have made the funny comment that says for third world countries that can't afford pads. But those countries, are they good at football? Usually, if they're good at soccer, are they also good at football? No. Okay, there's my beef.
Turbo just saved you.
We're starting this beef. Charlie Brown's overrated anyway.
Now, I will say that some of the newer things that they tack on to the original ones are not great. Like there's usually with the Great Pumpkin. Isn't there like someone where she's running for class president or something like that?
Yeah, there's that.
Those aren't that great. But the originals, lights, please.
Carrie!
Oh my gosh.
What's up with my friends?
Wow.
I need to choose better friends, apparently. Come on.
I don't.
Lights, please. And low.
And there were on our live feed traders who didn't like Charlie Brown. And I would tell them to leave, but we need the people to stay.
We like our peoples. Amanda's right. Now, if you haven't seen... Oh, 3 people came in. If you haven't seen Snoopy in Space on Apple Plus, it's a cool 8 to 9 show series. It's corny. Yeah. It's campy, but it's actually pretty good Peanuts humor on the newer Peanuts. So let's read the things that come in. Your mom, original Charlie Brown shows an American institution.
Of course.
Amen. Eric, Charlie Brown's Christmas is good, but nothing else. Oh, it's a great pumpkin. Charlie Brown is amazing. That's probably the 2 I would say that I always stood in front of the TV to watch.
Sure.
Charlie Brown Christmas, and it's a great pumpkin, Charlie Brown. And Carrie says it teaches kids to take baths at such. Wait. Teaches kids not to take baths and such, but bullies like Lucy. It's just bad, I tell you. Oh, and all the mumbling. Meh. Okay. Fig Pin's the only dirty one. Lucy is an evil person, and we know that. She's mean to Charlie Brown, and the mumbling is just how the parents talk.
Wait, I think he means like the child actors aren't that great as well. But so teaching kids not to take responsibility for themselves, everybody's a bully and a lot of mumbling. It sounds like American politics.
I know, right?
So maybe it's a little too close to home for us.
Maybe.
Anyways.
All right. So we've totally gone off the deep end here. But now we're going to switch to best Halloween/scary movies, and then we're going to do our top 5 Halloween children's movies. And now, when I say children's movies, it doesn't have to be cartoons, and it could be different. I think it's going to be different for you and I, Adam, because I probably have a different version of what a children's movie is. One of mine is not 2 of mine are not children's movies.
Then how do you put them on a list of children's movies?
Because my girls watch them and love them, and well, you'll hear them when I get there.
Because I was doing a little bit of a recon on the internet, and I found a top 10 list of family/children's Halloween movies, and Beetlejuice was on the list.
Yeah, that's not one.
That ain't a kids movie.
That ain't it, kid. All right. So when I say kids, I'm going to say family.
Okay.
So, all right. We're going to start with for the adults. Here. So number 5, what is you don't have
you
one.
Go ahead. You go first this time.
Okay.
I do have one. So quick update. I do have one. So
Okay. So this is one Adam came on and says, I don't know if I have 5 best. I said, well, I've got one that's going to, once I say it, you're going to remember it and go, oh man, yeah, that one. Number 5. This is campy. It was 90s Disney Halloween. Stars Christina Ricci and Johnny Depp. Sleepy Hollow.
Okay.
It's not one that a lot of people think of, but I think I saw it in theaters 2 or 3 times.
Okay.
It's a really good movie, and it holds up.
Okay.
20 years later.
All right. Okay.
Am I wrong? You didn't think about that.
I don't know that I've ever seen Sleepy Hollow.
Oh, dude, it's so good. Amanda said I thought you were going to say Casper.
Wait, as soon as you said Christina Ricci, that's where I thought you were going to. And I was like, I thought that was the kids list, you know.
So wait, Amanda says, or BK says Sleepy Hollow was Disney. I think it was.
I don't know if it was or not.
Now I got to look it up.
Now that you mention it, though, the Ichabod Crane cartoon could make it into my top 5 family. It's not, but it could. That's a really good one.
Yeah, it is. And by the way, if you've done Mickey's Not So Scary and you haven't been in the PhilharMagic as a resting spot, they show Ichabod Crane. And you could just sit there and get out of the...
That's cool.
Yeah. And yes, Turbo, I went and saw it 3 times. I love that movie. It's Tim Burton. It's Tim Burton as at one of his finest. And no, it's not Disney. It's Mandalay Pictures, Paramount, which Paramount is Disney, isn't it?
No.
I thought that was their non-Disney arm. No, Amanda, I do not have a thing for Christina. She's weird. Totally weird.
All right, so I'll remove you from that topic by continuing.
Thank you.
My number 5 is one that I really enjoyed, and it's one of those that you try to watch it again like 10 years later, right? You're like, it's not great, but The Haunting. Liam Neeson, Catherine Zeta-Jones, and Owen Wilson.
Yeah. Okay. So I got one for you. That this is kind of on my honorable mention list.
Okay.
And it only works good if you are in Tuscaloosa. Watch House on a Haunted Hill and then break into Old Bryce.
There you go.
Because the tortures that they did in House on Haunted Hill, where they was like in a madhouse and they did all the electroshock. Yeah, that went on at Old Bryce. And you're walking into the rooms that you see in House on Haunted Hill.
Oh, that's great.
And it makes that movie even more scary.
We sat outside of Bryce one time with the lights on and the engine running, and they just left.
Yeah, we couldn't do it. We couldn't do it.
We did do. What was the other ghost thing in Tuscaloosa with the flashing lights? What was that one?
The Northport Ghosts.
Dude, that was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
You can't do it anymore, though, because cars all have day runners now.
I know. That was just the best, though. That was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
All right, yeah. Eric put a movie on there that I totally should have put it on here. The Ring.
Oh, I can't. I've never watched that to this day because I can't make myself watch it.
Don't do it.
In broad daylight, I can't make myself watch it.
It's bad. It's rough.
Yeah.
All right. So what is your number 4? We'll go start with yours now.
Number 4, I have to put this in there. It's one of mine and Blair's favorites, Halloween.
That's on
the whole thing. We haven't seen the newest one yet, and I want to see that one. But Halloween. So.
Yep. So I got to throw this out there. Amanda says I haven't watched a scary movie since The Orphan.
Oh, I can only imagine, dude.
They did it for me. And BK says Dave took us to see the Northport Ghosts. Yes, I did.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, anyway. Always fun. All right, so my number 4, Nightmare on Elm Street.
I've never seen that.
So if you go back and watch it now, it's stupid. Yeah. But watching it in the 80s and 90s, it was freaky.
Yeah.
But Nightmare on Elm Street is a good 80s and 90s movie.
Well, and then you've got crossovers to rap music with Freddie too, right? Wasn't there a rap song about that? It was like embedded in the culture is more what I'm going for.
1, 2, Freddie's coming for you.
Yeah.
3, 4, better shut the door. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
BK says the new Halloween is good.
Okay. I'm excited.
So-
I watched the snippet of the beginning of it the other day, and it got me really interested in seeing that one. So I've got to see that.
Yeah. Rob Zombie does a great job with Halloween movies, with horror movies.
Awesome.
So what is your number 3?
Number 3 is Psycho. This is where I start to get into a common thread for my final 3 of being more cerebral type horror than outright jump scares. But Psycho, I would put that up there.
My number 3, this is going to probably get some hate, but I think it's up there because this is one of Wes Craven's best. The original 1995, I think, Scream.
Yeah, I almost put Scream on the list because I remember when it came out and we were all just like, oh my gosh, that was such a good movie.
Right. Well,
hello, Sydney, you want to play a game? You know,
what's your favorite scary movie?
Yeah.
Spice World. No, I will say, I mean, looking back at stupid, campy horror, I mean, it's not scary. It's funny more than anything. But thinking about it, that it was a freaky movie. It was scary.
Yeah.
When in 1995, that was scary.
Yeah. But it wasn't like overly scary where it was like inaccessible. I think it was one of the first horror movies that was just like scary, but it fit in with the culture so well. I mean, I can remember running around Rose Towers
with the
on
mask.
Halloween with the mask on, scaring the football players on their floor, man. That kind of stuff, you know. So
Carrie makes a good point. The problem with Scream is people don't see it for what it really is, a comedy.
Yeah.
And that's where I think the problem is. It is a comedy. Wes Craven thought it was a comedy, but it had some good horror scare atmosphere in it.
Yeah. Yep.
So, and I could theoretically put it up there with one of my favorite ones. And Amanda, here we go. You made fun of me for saying I was scared of Scream and I was in 5th grade.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
No way. 5th grade.
Okay, Vance. I'm sorry, Vance. I was off by a year. Vance said it was 1996.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. I was off by a year. So anyway, all right. What's your number 2, Adam?
Numero 2 is Get Out.
I have yet to see Get Out.
Oh, dude. Up.
Us. Us is what I mean.
Dude, you have to look me in the eyes. I want you to look right into the camera. Look into my eyes right now. Promise
look
me.
into my eyes.
You have to promise me
what it is you see in me.
This is a little weird now.
I'm going Bone Thugs and Harmony.
No, I know exactly where you're going. But no, seriously, I'm telling you right now, you have to, this Halloween season, see both of them.
Okay, that's
you
fine.
Have to. Especially Us. Get Out stands on its own as a great movie, but Us is just next level, dude.
Oh, I got an idea. Hold up. I'm thinking. Okay, back to this comment from my wife. Haven't watched a scary movie since The Orphan. What if I did a live watching Us and forcing Amanda to watch it as well?
Oh, it's good. No, it is not like The Orphan. It's not that kind of scary. Us is like this whole, I mean, I can't even like put words to it, man.
Yeah. So apparently Amanda heard me. No deal.
Oh, come on. I'll watch it with you, Dave.
Yeah. Okay. Turbo says he'll watch it too. There you go. That could be a fun one.
I wish that it was on, I know it would never be, but I wish it was on something like Disney Plus now that they have that watch along feature.
Yeah.
That would be so much fun to like watch it that way and be able to at least chat by text or do something over video. Like not as a Patreon thing, but as a general thing. Cause I am down with Us and Get Out. Anytime anybody wants to watch those, I'm with it.
Yeah. So Brad says, agree with Adam. Us was amazing. Eric has not seen Us. And your wife says Us and Get Out are amazing. I'll watch it too.
Yeah. So,
all right.
So, Us was not my number 1. I mean, Jordan Peele takes my top 2 slots. He's the modern day Hitchcock.
Okay.
So I'll throw that out there. That's my number 1.
So my number 2 is a house that we've walked through, Halloween. And I'm going to say the original Halloween is probably my number 2.
Yeah.
Rob Zombie is probably 2.5. I mean, he's up there. His was good. But Jamie Lee Curtis running around and screaming, getting chopped at by...
Yeah. Well, and I can't remember who it was. I think it was Vance or Carrie mentioned earlier that the new one has Jamie Lee Curtis. It's not the Rob Zombie one. There's a newer one beyond that.
Oh, that's right.
So yeah, I want to see those. I want to see those.
All right. So I guess you've already done your one.
I've done my one. Yes.
All right.
I was going to mention, I saw somebody mention Ernest Scared Stupid. That kind of competed for a spot on the list, but
that's on the kids list, man.
Okay, and how about this? Before you, say your number one.
Miliac.
I do have a real honorable mention, but I'll let you say your number one first in case that's it. I doubt it is,
right.
But you never know.
No, it's not. He's here. Poltergeist.
Yeah, which I still haven't seen all the way through.
Oh, dude. You need. I wish you had watched it before you had gone through the house.
Yeah.
Because the house was great.
Yeah.
But knowing the storyline of Poltergeist, that house was freaky as.
Well, that's how I feel about walking through the house at Halloween or Horror Nights, having seen Us. Like some of the stuff you don't get until you see the movie and you're like, holy crap, this is an accurate reproduction of the whole thing. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
So what's your honorable?
Final Destination.
Oh, yep.
We were in college, and it's like when that plane took off, and then all of a sudden it just blows up in the background. That one still to this day, man. Just a little bit. I
never ride behind a logger truck.
Yes.
To this day.
To this day. Yeah.
Because of Final Destination 2.
Yep.
So totally agree with you. And I totally lost. So there's a couple on here. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Leatherface doesn't scare me at all.
I haven't seen that, so I don't know.
Yeah, you don't. Carrie says, here's Carrie's top 5. Trick or Treat, which I need to watch it because we've walked the Scare Zone. We've done the house.
Yeah.
I have not seen Trick or Treat. Psycho, Children of the Corn, no thank you. The Exorcist, no thank you. And Halloween. So here, let me put a caveat on this. When it comes to Halloween Horror Nights, when it comes to horror movies, when it comes to scary houses, I can do jump scares all day. I will do clowns. I will do ghosts. I will do everything else. But when it comes to the supernatural, like The Exorcist, where things I know really can happen, because I do believe in spiritual warfare. I do believe that people can truly get possessed. Things that I know have some semblance of realism, not doing it.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Well, it's the reason. It's the reason I never really went to Halloween Horror Nights until recently. Is there's always an aspect of that most years, that kind of thing. But I have to say, I kicked myself because I saw somebody wearing a shirt when we were at the parks yesterday, and it turns out in 2012 there was a Penn and Teller house.
Oh,
and they're one of my favorites, man. It's like, why didn't I just go? Why didn't I just go?
Yeah. Eric Terry, nail on the head. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. One of the best houses from last year. The Scare Zone was horrible, but Killer Clowns from Outer Space house was awesome.
Yeah, it was. What are you going to do? Knock my block off?
Block off? Yeah. All right. So this one, I will say, I can't say this is for kids, but this is the best family Halloween movies.
Okay, go ahead.
All right.
After you.
My number 5, even though my kids hated the ride because it was a dark ride, E.T. It happened during Halloween.
Technically, yeah, they're trick-or-treating, so okay.
Yeah.
I'll give you that one.
It is. I will say E.T. because it is a scary-ish, Halloween-ish movie.
Yeah, okay.
And it's good family fun.
Cool. I'm with you on that. I like that. I like that choice. I'm going to go number 5 I know it's not a movie. It's not feature length. I actually have a couple of things that aren't true feature length. But I actually had Great Pumpkin on the list just because I Got a Rock constantly pops up in our conversation around the house from time to time when something doesn't quite go our way.
Yeah.
So I have that as a number 5. Almost slid out as an honorable mention, but given the story that came out, I had to plug it back in. So
that's a good one. I didn't put it on there because of the story that came out.
Yeah.
But that is one that I have to watch every year, no matter how old I am.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can skip the whole Red Baron scene. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
The Red Baron thing doesn't click anymore, but
it's
the rest
still
of it's
funny,
hilarious.
Though.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. My number 4, and you're going to disagree with me on this. I know you will. But Ellie has already watched it. and she loves it with me. She loves watching this.
Yeah.
Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters.
I want the kids to see that.
Right, but it has language. It has some language in it. And
Yeah,
you and I were talking last night. You said you don't want to watch Supermarket Sweep right now with your kids because of the language. And so that's why I made that caveat.
Yeah, well, I guess the thing for me is like the kids have. I mean, Aiden's gone to see Avengers movies with me, and that kind of stuff. He's seen both Infinity War, so he hears it. And in the context of a movie like that, it's people who have superpowers and are in costumes. It's not relatable to real life at all. Right. She's standing there in the middle of a supermarket, screaming curse words at people because they're going to grab a peach. And it's just like I don't want to run into a scenario where my kids are the ones standing there when I'm going in the produce and they want me to hurry up. They're like, hurry up, blankety blank. I just anyway. So just hits a little too close to reality. All right. Yep. What's your number 3?
No, you haven't said your number 4 yet.
Oh, I haven't said my number 4. My number 4 is any of the Hotel Transylvania movies.
Okay. This is where my Disney fandom's going to show.
Yeah.
I have a hard time even watching non-Disney movies because to me, they're not as good as kids. Any Disney movie they put out for kids. So Hotel Transylvania is just campy, and I don't even think my daughter likes it.
I would say Hotel Transylvania is better than Home on the Range.
Yes.
So we can't say any.
Yes. Okay. I think
there are some swings and a miss, but I get your point overall. But that's a good one though for us.
Okay. There are exceptions to every rule, BK. Shrek is good. And in the morning, we'll make it waffles. but for the rule, Disney is better than any other kid. Like, I don't like pets. Sue me, I don't like the Pet series.
You don't like Secret Life of Pets?
Nope.
Oh, man.
Nope. I don't.
Oh, well.
All right.
Hey, to each their own, man.
I know.
You keep pumping that money into the company, baby.
Well, my last 3 are Disney.
Yeah, 2 of mine are, so.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you. Go ahead.
Number 3, I wouldn't be shocked if this is the same. Coco.
My number 3 is also Coco.
Yeah.
Because the Dios de los Muertos is on Halloween and runs for the next 3 days. Yep.
And it's the soundtrack is amazing. And I'll be honest with you. I went into that movie thinking, oh, this is going to be stupid. This is horrible. This is Disney trying to get a cultural, a good cultural movie out there for this type of person. And then I left saying, holy crap, this is probably the second best Pixar movie ever.
Absolutely. Totally agree.
Hands down, Toy Story was the first best because it's the first and best of everything. But I think that Coco is the best that they've done with the technology they've got. And it's amazing.
Yeah.
It takes you on a ride.
Well, it lets a lot of people learn about a cultural thing they had no idea about. But then everybody has a Mama Coco.
Right.
Either had or has one in their life somewhere, and it just resonates so strongly. But can we go back to this really quick? What about Despicable Me?
I could take it or leave it.
Oh my gosh, man. The kids pray in that movie, dude. That's right up your alley, man. They were trying to snag you. He adopts them and he finds out that he can be a dad. And then you go ride the ride at Universal. And the whole thing is about him planning a celebration for his kids and the anniversary when he adopted them. Dude. And the music is great. But anyway.
It's okay. It's not great.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, BK. I will preach. I will preach about Despicable Me because that is a good one. Anyway, what's your number 2?
My number 2, and I have this discussion. Is it a Christmas movie? Is it a Halloween movie?
Oh, there's no way. Ugh. Go ahead.
This is Halloween. This is Halloween. 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 Nightmare Before Christmas.
So you're a Tim Burton fan.
I love Tim Burton.
Like that stuff. Well, yeah,
the best Batman was Tim Burton.
That I agree with.
Yeah.
That I'll go along with. The best Batman was not Batman and Robin.
No.
No doubt.
So, I mean, come on. How are you not a Tim Burton fan? Sweeney Todd?
I'm not, no.
You don't like Sweeney Todd?
Sweeney Todd is a musical. Like I see Sweeney Todd as a phenomenon outside of Tim Burton.
Hey.
No, I know, but I
musical?
don't like it. I don't like it because of Tim Burton. I like it because of the musical. You know, I'm not a huge.
Okay.
I like the first Batman. That's fine. Wasn't a fan of Batman Returns.
Oh, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I don't know. What I do appreciate about Tim Burton is he had the good sense to make Batman dark, but still feel like a comic book. Whereas today, Batman feels dark, and it's literally like that could happen. Like, and I'm not talking about the Batman v Superman, Ben Affleck stuff. I'm talking about the Dark Knight Rises. That felt like it was too real. I think.
Yeah,
it wasn't comic booky enough for me. But
right, Big Fish. Were you not a fan of Big Fish?
Big Fish.
It takes place. Oh my gosh, have you not seen Big Fish?
No.
It's Ewan McGregor before he made it really big.
Okay.
And it takes place in Alabama.
Okay.
You have to watch it. Like, the city is still there.
Does everybody sweat a lot?
I don't. Why?
It tends to happen in movies where people place in Mississippi or Alabama. Everybody just sweats a lot. So I was curious. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, cool.
Mars Attacks. Mars Attacks. You didn't like Mars Attacks?
Was that the one? Was that the one where Jack Nicholson was the general?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I've seen. I saw that maybe one time.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
Edward Scissorhands. Oh my gosh.
No.
That's one of my honorable mentions.
Oh. Well, cool. Hey. This is where we depart, and that's a good thing. It gives diversity.
I know. My light fell down. Sorry, Carrie.
Oh, is that what that was? Oh, now you can see a reflection.
Yeah, I gotta fix it.
All right, let's bust into the Mulan song since we can see the reflection.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay, now we're better.
All right, so my number 2 is Universal Monster movies. We're making our way through those this year, and they are campy and old, and sometimes you have to focus.
Are we talking The Mummy?
No, I'm talking like 1930s.
Okay,
Frankenstein, Mummy, Invisible Man, like the original ones that started it all. We're working our way through it, and Frankenstein was actually pretty darn good, I have to say. You have to view it relative to the time period, you know. It was actually pretty good. We enjoyed it, so that would be my number 2.
All
and
right.
Drum roll.
So, y'all, knowing that I'm a Disney fan, knowing that I haven't mentioned this one yet, I don't think any list would be considered good if Hocus Pocus wasn't on the list, if it wasn't one of the first ones, the first 2.
So you're not going to like my list is not good then?
Yeah. Oh, you don't have Hocus Pocus, so I consider it null and void. But
and then put a big X through it in my notebook. Big X, null and void.
So,
got it.
And my other, I have to mention this one. Not just because BK brought it up, because this movie means a lot to my family. We watch this every Halloween, and I think we've talked about it on this show before. My family didn't do Halloween growing up. We didn't dress up that much. We didn't go trick or treating that much. We always went to Reformation festivals at church. Yes, you read that right. You heard that right. Reformation festivals, because Martin Luther nailed the 95 Theses on the door in Worms, Germany, on Halloween October 31st. But one movie that my family has always adored that could almost be considered in the horror genre, Young Frankenstein.
I've not seen that.
Oh, that one, it's a Mel Brooks classic.
Is that the elf of Halloween?
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that, because I mean, some of the greatest quotes from that movie come from that movie.
Okay.
Put the candle back. Yeah, because they pull the candle. It's that trap door. Hold. Put the candle back.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
So, before I give my number 1, where do you draw the? I guess I should have asked this when we were doing pre-show, but where would you draw the bounds of these 2 categories? Then would you say like a does it have to have a monstery, ghosty aspect to it? Would you say E.T. didn't, right? But it was set at Halloween. Would you throw Jurassic Park in there though?
See, I don't think so, because that doesn't have any Halloween scare.
So it's not just the scary, like it would fall into maybe the best scary movie, but it's not scary enough. It doesn't go far enough in that direction, you would say.
Right. That's where I would say. Right.
That makes sense. All right. So my number 1, again, is not feature length, and it is Pixar, and it, I think, is one of Pixar's best shorter offerings that they've got is Toy Story of Terror.
Yep, I can see that. It's good.
The thing that I love about it is it's clever, and it's the little details in there Combat Carl is just hilarious. I love that whole thing that they do, but like all of the little details around like the eBay site and how when you first walk in when you first see his office, he's searching for Woody on eBay, whatever the site is,
Right.
And then the address on the label is Pixar's Emeryville address. And it's all those little things that just, you watch it enough to learn about the Easter eggs and the attention to detail they put into it. But I think that story is a really accessible kind of Halloween thing. You compare it to the one that they did right after that, which is where they're with all the like Toy Story and the End of Time or whatever it is. And they're around all the dinosaur toys. Not as good. But I think Toy Story of Terror was really great.
The Christmas one's not good either.
Yeah.
I really think that they knocked it out of the park with that Halloween story, and then they used up all their ideas later.
Yeah.
So this week was all about showing you that Halloween is not dead. Yes, this is going to be a different Halloween. It's not going to be one that we like, that we remember, but it can be one. It's not going to be one that people think, oh yeah, 2020 Halloween, that was so fun because we did this and this. But I will put this out there. This Halloween could be one of your kids' favorites. Not because of the candy they got, not because of what they dressed up as, but because of the memories that you and your family make.
Yeah.
And when we get down to the nitty-gritty of all this, if we have a kid, and by the way, Turbo, yes, you are part of my family in Huntsville. So yes, we're still partying. When we get down to the nitty-gritty of things,
sorry,
is it
Nacho Libre? Let's get down to nitty-gritty.
Isn't Halloween? Yet adults have made Halloween about them, but it shouldn't be. Halloween's about kids. Halloween's about kids having fun, doing, imagining things, dressing up as they want to be. But I say, let's let this Halloween be one that your kids will always remember because of what you did as a family together. Yeah, that's my soapbox.
And you hit the nail on the head, man, because I'll tell you right now, that's the problem with most things right now is we've talked about it with action figures, right? Yep. Adults make things about themselves way too often and forget about making it about their kids. And that I totally agree with you because this is that time. But it's one thing to collect something, but then now there's nothing accessible. There's nothing out there for a kid to put their hands on, but the thing is that we have to make sure as adults that we're not disappointed in this Halloween because now we have to do something different. It's different than how we envisioned it for our kids, because how we approach Halloween is how they're going to approach a problem in their life later when their plans don't follow through. If we sit here and we stomp our feet and pout and say, well, this just isn't the same, this is going to stink, and they see that, that's what they'll do one day. If you decide that it's perfectly fine to trick or treat and you do so, then you'll teach your kids that the lesson you can teach them is that we look at the risk and we decide where our risk is.
Right.
And then that's how we live our life.
I'm dealing with that daily right now.
I mean, it's like, even if you do decide to be normal, put it in the context of this and teach them a lesson from it. Just don't be like, well, we're doing normal because dadgummit, normal is the way we do it. Don't live in fear.
That's what we do here.
It's not about living in fear. It's about, we don't think it's that risky. You have to assess risk in your life and make a decision. Let it be a lesson here, but let it be a fun one. It doesn't have to be bad because it's different, but adults want it. Especially right now, man. We have to make sure that for our children, they don't walk away from this thing with negative lessons learned.
Yep.
We have to make sure.
So let's catch up on our what people have said here. Carrie's done the great job with this every time. His top 5 children's: number 5, Casper; number 4, Corpse Bride; number 3, Edward Scissorhands is number 2; Hocus Pocus number 1. And then Brad Toon, adults ruin everything. Agreed. Eric Terry, adults suck. Adulting sucks more. Also agreed. So yes, let's just get down to the nitty gritty, the brass tacks of everything.
Sorry, you keep saying it. I'm sorry. Niggy. Go ahead. Sorry.
Just your kids are watching you. How you react to the pandemic, how you react to not getting to go out trick-or-treating, how you react to having to be quarantined because you came in contact with somebody who has COVID, how you react to having to work from home, how you react to being stuck in your house. Your kids are going to react the same way. I'm at fault. I am definitely at fault for this because Adam, the first 3 months, you had to tell me, settle down. Because I had a bad attitude about it. But your kids are going to see how you react. And the other thing I want to I didn't put this on the unrelated birth group. I put it on my top of the world group because it's Disney, and I try to put all my Disney stuff on top of the world just because I don't want Adam to have to talk to his executives.
Thank you.
But I sent this to you, Adam, and it was just a random conversation that I had with my 6-year-old. You know, I don't remember what happened, what came up with it. I'm pulling it up in my top of the world group so I can get it right. But I remember I was trying to find Ellie wanted to find her gator. She has a little pink gator that she wears, and I couldn't find it. She says, "It's okay, Daddy. We'll find it later." She said, "Daddy, I wish Disney would let us wear gaiters. It's so much more comfortable." I said, "Yeah, you're right, honey. It is. You know, Universal lets us wear it, but I don't know why Disney does it." She says, "I know, Daddy, but to me, where is it? I said, "Honestly, I hope we don't have to wear masks next time we go in March." She says, "Yeah, Daddy, me too. But even if we did, it's still fun. The magic's still there. And all Disney's doing is trying to keep everybody safe." I can't. I can't. I mean, from the mouth of kids, man.
That's it, man.
If she had heard anybody, if she had heard someone say, "Oh, masks suck. I'm not going to Disney until masks aren't around," blah, 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 she would have had that attitude.
Yeah.
But because she looks at Disney, I'm not saying I look at Disney this way, but she looks at Disney through the eyes of a kid. Yeah. I look at Disney through the eyes of her.
Yeah.
And she is showing everybody that same attitude you need to have. It's that way with Halloween.
It's that way with everything, man.
Yep.
I mean, think about it. You have the TV on in your house, and you can have it to anything, ESPN, Food Network, whatever. And they're not only watching us, they're watching the things that are on around them. And I'm not saying we shouldn't have the TV on. When commercials come on and they're of a political nature and they're hearing this person's horrible and this other person's horrible and this is the greatest election and the most important of our lifetime because Social Security will end and old people won't have this and young people won't have that. What are we instilling in them? Yeah. Because that ad's not going to change my mind. It's not going to change your mind. It's not going to change a single independent voter's mind. Those TV ads and those radio ads are an absolute waste of money. Absolute
Agreed.
Waste of money. And that money could be put to much better use helping starving people and helping these small businesses get back on their feet instead of these vanity projects for these politicians. But that's a conversation for another day. But those are the kinds of things that our kids have running in the background of the narrative of their life. And if every election and everything that happens is a horrible thing and everybody who doesn't agree with you is a horrible person, that's where it gets trained. We have to be mindful of everything.
Yep.
What's on the TV? What's on the radio? What ads pop up on a YouTube video they watch? What games are they playing? Everything has an input. And we can't shelter them forever, but we can teach them lessons and give them context.
Yep.
And what we have to make sure we do with this kind of a Halloween situation is provide context.
Yep. Hey, Grisham.
Yes, you can see walking around out there.
So a couple things. Carrie, no lie, I'm living Halloween through Dave and Eric's kids' eyes this year. Carrie's got his two of his best friends living back in Huntsville together.
Yeah.
Uncle Carrie is just going to do the best he can to make it a great memory. That's what you have to do. And I appreciate that, Carrie. If you don't have kids of your own, I'm sure you've got friends that have kids.
Yep.
Be an Uncle Carrie. Be an Uncle whatever. just be there, be part of your friends' kids' lives. And I appreciate somebody like Carrie, who I'll be honest, we had Harper's 3rd birthday party this year.
Mm-hmm.
We had it Sunday. Now, before people go and say, "Oh, you had it during a pandemic," we had our friends who we pretty much knew where they had been. We were safe. We did it outside. We did it in a way that we can almost control it. Carrie showed up, helped me and Amanda, set up for it, help us, set it all up. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that people can be part of a kid's life and not be blood. And Carrie, it meant the world to me. I appreciate that, man. Eric says, "Wait, where's Dave's mic?" I've repositioned it today. It's off screen. It helps a little bit with the green screen, so it's there. But yeah, there you go. I just got a text from Amanda, says, "Be careful. Your dad is on. Your dad. I'm becoming a dad too much on here and getting sappy." So
that's okay though, man. I mean that's
I'm sorry. Just getting sappy and being sad.
Yeah, man. But that's the thing, dude, is it doesn't matter if you're blood or not. If you guys had gone in like a lot of people have and had that party and everybody was standing around saying, "Oh, don't worry about staying 6 feet away. Don't worry about being careful. Come on over here and give me a hug because this pandemic is a hoax." That stuff rubs off.
Right.
My mom always says that their hearts are like you inscribe things on a child's heart because they're so impressionable. You don't write on their heart because writing can be erased. You inscribe it, and you almost chisel it in, you etch it in. And that's the kind of stuff, man. It's just whether or not you believe that, is that what we want our children to walk away from this? Yeah. Whether or not you celebrate Halloween, like you were talking about, even if you do something different, share the context behind it, share the reason why. Don't just do it and say, "This is what we do." And that's all you're ever going to share the context around it. Let them be involved in the decision. Let them be involved in the planning.
I've got to say this, and I won't go too far into it, but I growing up and looking back, all my friends, I think even you have said, "Oh, you never did Halloween? What? Why did your parents not deprive you? But why did your parents not do that?" My parents always made a point to say, a holiday is holy day.
Yeah.
Halloween's not a day where you worship a holy entity. If you do it wrong, which a lot of the world does, it points away from Christianity. So they chose to point us towards the Reformation, towards something that holds historical context for the church that I grew up in. I grew up PCA, Presbyterian Church. The Presbyterians hold a firm, firm history back to Martin Luther.
Yeah.
And so they used Halloween as a teaching tool. And to this day, I'm thankful for that. Because we didn't do the trick-or-treating. We didn't do the dressing up as whatever. We dressed up. We had fun. Mm-hmm. We still handed out candy.
Yeah.
But my parents used it as hey, let's teach them something here.
Yeah, exactly.
And I love it. I'm glad they did that.
That's awesome.
So that and that's all I gotta say about that. Carrie responded to my thanking him. I enjoyed my weekend with the Adams and Terrys for sure. Lots of good memories and learnings were had. So there you go. I appreciate that. And so that's all I gotta say. Guys, I think we made it a fun show. Next week, I think we got some more Halloween extravaganza. We have a couple of things in the hopper. If plans fall through, we'll come out with something different. But we got some fun stuff. Your mom did ask, why did you decide to do Halloweens differently, Dave? I think that for me, my kids are in a house where my wife grew up Baptist, and didn't grow up PCA or firm PCA. That's not a bad thing. But I chose to do it differently because I, as a history person, not a math, not a science person, have a tendency to over explain things. And so I'm going to ingrain in my kids' brains that, yes, you're still doing trick-or-treating, but we're not going to go to strangers' houses. We're just going to dress up and be cutesy and go see our family. But I will always say, use the same sentiment that my parents did. It's not a holiday. It's not a holy day. It's not a get up and scare the bejesus out of people day. It's just go have fun.
Yeah.
It's that's all it is, having fun. And I will, when they get older, instruct them of the historical significance of the day. So there's that.
Awesome.
So, guys, we covered a lot. We took a fun, lighthearted episode and made it a history lesson, a how to do things. Thank y'all for going on this ride with us. Every week I say this, we enjoy you. We thank you for spending an hour and a half, 2 hours out of your week. And then if you go back and listen to the podcast, that's 3 hours, 3.5 hours out of your week that you spend with Adam and I. It blows my mind every week that we have a following that we do. I do need to give a shout out to Ben Harris. We have our new sibling this week. Came through. I saw you have the little L symbol and money. I was like, holy crap, we have pounds now. So I every time we get a new patron, I will, shout them out, say thank you.
Yep.
So Ben, thank you so much. You already contribute a lot in the group, and I'm sure great things will happen and more will come forward with all this. I do want to say patreon.com/unrelatedbirth. None of that money goes in our pockets. All of it goes right back to the show. In fact, it all goes into Adam's account because Adam has all the money that comes from. He pays the bills with the StreamYards and all that stuff.
Yep.
So I appreciate you guys. Thank you. All the money from Patreon goes right into our account, so none of it goes in our pockets. Yep. If you want to follow us on the socials, you see it under here. I'm at DAdams419. He is at RunTideRun. That's both Twitter and Instagram. And apparently Adam's back on Twitter because I was able to tag him in something last week.
Yeah, we'll see.
On Facebook or on Instagram, the show is at Unrelated Birth. The show on Twitter is Not Related Bros. Join us on Facebook. Like the show on Facebook. Also, join the Facebook listener group. We have a lot of fun on there. Every Friday, we have a Friday meme where we have a choose this or that. Some people chose the wrong answer and said that they would choose to drive something over the General Lee last Friday, which I still don't agree with. But I will leave you with this, guys. Well, we can't leave you with this. Adam, what's the show if they want to call in?
Yeah.
What's the number?
Yeah, if you want to give us a shout, 650-UAB show, give us a call. Spell it out on your keypad. You'll hear a quick message from us and then a short beep. Dave.
Beep.
Thank
Sorry.
you. And then you leave a message and we will play it on the show and discuss it. So anything you want to talk about, a hot take, a question, anything like that, 650-UAB show.
Yep. I normally leave you with the last thing I say is, guys, we love you. We mean it. It sounds sappy, but we do truly mean it. That is all there. But I'd be remiss to not mention that this is my favorite week of the football season. This is #Tennessee Hate Week. I just want to remind you that the last time Tennessee beat Alabama, Miley Cyrus was that wholesome little girl from Hannah Montana. The last time Tennessee beat Alabama, the Motorola Razr was the hottest selling phone on the market. The last time Tennessee beat Alabama, one Nicholas J Saban was the head coach of the Miami Dolphins, and his quarterbacks were Jonte Culpepper and Joey Harrington.
Wow.
And he had as his slot receiver one Wes Welker, who was on his third year in the pros. The last time Tennessee beat Alabama, the starting quarterback for the current Miami Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa, was in 2nd grade.
Wow.
There you go.
Oh, that's a good one.
Hashtag Tennessee Hate Week. And guys, if you're a Tennessee fan, it is all in good fun.
What year was that? Was Amanda in 5th grade then too?
No, the last time Tennessee beat Alabama was 2007.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Mike Shula was still the head coach at Alabama.
Oof. Don't ever speak that again.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, that's it. Adam, take him home.
Yeah, man. All right. Thanks for listening again, guys. We love you, but not as much as Jesus does. Be kind to each other. Stay safe out there. Enjoy whatever Halloween preparations you're doing. Actually, you know what? Anybody who's decorating, I want to see some pictures on the Facebook groups. So let's see some of that. And then, let's talk about that. We'll have another Halloween extravaganza next week, and we will catch you then. Bye, guys.
Yep. Bye. All right, that's the show. Guys, Amanda's right here. All fun and games so you realize you were in college when Tennessee last beat Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your dad's right. It wasn't 2007. It was 2006.
Yeah.
7 was the first year of Saban.
I had been here for 3 years.
Yeah, you had.
Wow.
Yep.
Awesome.
Hold up. I want to say something. I'm going to talk amongst yourself. You might hear a reverb here in a second. I want to say something. Who's still watching? How in the anyway? Thank you guys for spending all this time with us. Yes, Carrie, Sheila was fired shortly. So, yeah. Carrie said, let's have this for after the show. Are either of you taking in any of the Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors this Halloween season, since Disney Plus has them all in one place for us now? I don't know that I am.
Really?
No, I might. Hey, keep talking. I'm going to go talk to my wife for a quick second.
Oh, okay, sounds good. You go have a family meeting. Yeah, I don't know that I've actually seen but a couple of the Tree Houses of Horror. So I will probably like to catch up on those at some point. So, yeah, that's a good one. I don't know what to talk about. Dave's having a family meeting. What do you guys want to talk about? So, Jeffrey, by the way, the Disney must-dos for 90 minutes, I could literally watch that all day. And I guess my question, if you're still on, is it still pretty much the same? Because I know that the lady that was on those, I can remember when they filmed those, they would always tell her before they go, big joy, Stacy, big joy, trying to remind her to be really happy about it because she would take a while to get in the mode for it. So we call her Big Joy Stacy. But if that's still the same, I don't know if that's still her or not. But yeah, I think I've seen the Treehouse of Horror. I think I've seen the one like the alien ones. I don't know how many there are, but I've seen a couple of those. I don't think I've seen any of the other ones though. So I'm gonna have to do that. But yeah, Jeffrey, Stacy. Big joy, Stacy. Big joy.
Big joy? What kind of big joy are we talking?
We're talking Big Joy Stacy on the Disney Must Do channel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what, when they were filming those in the parks, it took her a while to get like in the zone. Yeah. And so before every take, they would be, all right, Stacy, Big Joy Stacy, Big Joy, and go. So that's what we call her, Big Joy Stacy.
So remember,
Toy Story. Oh, Rex's Dance Party is a good one, Eric. You're right.
Yeah.
But then the Toy Story Halloween, it's not on Disney Plus. Let's see, Toy Story of Terror. Where can I stream that?
YouTube, maybe?
It shows it on Disney Plus, Toy Story of Terror.
There you go. We might could do something, some stuff with it.
Yeah.
Let me get to my living room scene here so we can have a little chat. I don't know if y'all remember, and there's a small family, I call this, on with us now. These are our core people. Y'all remember a couple months ago, when I came and talked about Ellie's diagnosis. Got another family situation happening that I covet your prayers for. A couple weeks ago, my cousin got married. Come to find out, the father of the bride tested positive the next day. My dad had a good long conversation with the father of said bride. And about Tuesday, was it last week, Adam, or the week before?
Last week.
Okay.
Was it? It was right after you guys got home.
That's right. Okay. So long story short, my dad has COVID-19. My mom also has it, but I think she's on the better end. My dad's in the hospital now. He's not on a ventilator. He's just on oxygen. They're probably going to have to do some treatments, some steroids. But if y'all are the praying type, which I pray that you are, let's do one up for my dad. He's sick, but he'll get through it. But it's scaring me. Seeing the way that this virus, the second wave isn't as scary, but there are still deaths from it.
Yeah.
And so that scares me that my dad is in the hospital and not getting over it at home. He was in the hospital earlier, came home. They thought, okay, we're okay. But then had to be rushed back on Sunday. His O2 levels were in the low 80s. They're back up now, but it's still, it's still just a little rough, little sketchy. Yeah. But God's got a plan. God will use it. But I pray that God will use it with my dad coming out on the other side.
Absolutely. Yeah, we hope that too for you, Dave.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
But anyway, guys, we thank y'all. Thank y'all for being part of the family. And we mean it, because I mean there's usually about 10 to 15 people that sit here and watch us every week. And you allow us to come into your household every week. And I've said this multiple times, but Ab and I are just two guys with computers and a microphone who thought, we talk like this. This is how we would be talking and chatting every week, every day on text anyway. Why not throw it out there and see if anyone else listens to it? Well, Apparently y'all do. And that means a lot. I can't explain it, but why it means a lot, but it does mean a lot.
It does.
Oh, by the way, if you listen to Top of the World and you have heard something that sounds like me clipping my fingers, it is me playing with my pocket knife.
Did you get feedback that you were clipping your nails on the podcast?
Yes. And you know, I'm a fidgeter, and Adam knows this. I'm a fidgeter. Oh, yeah. And is this sound?
That's funny. We need to get you a fidget spinner.
Yes, we do. Brad, Kathy, Virgil, all that said you're praying. Thank you. I appreciate that. But that it's not me clipping my fingernails on the mic. I'm not that gross. It's me playing with a pocket knife that probably is not safe. So I will continue just twirling my pen from now on. How's that?
There you go. That works.
So, all right, Carrie, someone clipped the short together on YouTube, taking it in now.
Oh, good, because it's really good. Yeah.
Well, awesome. If it's on YouTube, then Disney doesn't get any money from it.
Well, they need to put on Disney Plus then.
Yeah. So Amanda says, for the record, it sounds like somebody clipping their nails from their office too. Amanda, you should know better. I don't clip my fingernails. I bite my fingernails off. So that's a nervous tick too.
Do you? Never mind. I want to ask you about how you do your toenails then.
Oh no, those are clipping. But
you're a good man, Charlie Brown. Yeah, can't even get my foot up there if I wanted to.
As you can see, I've got shoes on. So
nice.
I even wear my shoes and socks in the house. I'm that person.
Nice.
So, yeah. Oh, in fact, that kind of hurt. I'm doing yoga, but I'm not that flexible.
Oh, man.
Amanda, don't put those things out on the internet.
Ew. He's walking around in his house like a velociraptor. No wonder you keep your shoes on.
Why do you think I wear my shoes?
You know that scene in the kitchen when it's tapping its claw on the floor in Jurassic Park Day? It's like,
right. Oh man. Oh, well, crap. What'd your dad say?
Where is your goat? Man.
Goat boy? I don't know if I can be goat boy.
Nick Saban? That goat?
No, that's Bear Bryant. Nick Saban is the second to the goat.
Okay. I'll go along with that.
Yeah. Until Nick Saban wins his 7th national championship, he is not the goat.
Like I told you, he's only 7-5 against Auburn. I don't see the guy having that much success.
Right. Okay, here's what your dad was saying.
Oh.
Goat yoga.
Goat yoga.
I don't know if I could do yoga with a goat standing on me.
I think you could probably say, bless
you.
I think you could probably just say, I don't think I could do fill in the blank with a goat standing there.
That is very true.
Yeah.
That is very, very true.
Yep.
Yeah. So, Adam, do we have anything else we need to talk about for a post show, or are we just going to leave it at that and let everybody go about their merry way? And remember, this is Tennessee Hate Week. Have you hated on Tennessee this week? Because I have.
Does that mean I can no longer burn this candle in my office?
Right. So
shoot. All right. No, I get it. I get it.
Oh, dude, I'm not drinking Jack. I don't drink Jack Daniels during Tennessee week.
I don't know how to process you saying you wouldn't drink any particular brand of bourbon ever. Yeah, but still, you're not a Jack fan anyway, though. That's like saying I don't eat Stilton cheese. Well, yeah, it's nasty. I don't eat it either.
I am a Jack fan when it comes to mixing, but I will not mix Jack this week.
So Eric says, "Oh wait, they low down, they dirty, they're a bunch of snitches." I think. Wait, where did it go? There it is. Goat Nintendo. Could you play a Nintendo with a goat standing on you?
Yeah. Your mom says hate is a strong word. Yes, it is. But
it's Tennessee.
It's Tennessee. Have you hated on Tennessee this week? I know I have.
I have a dude that I work with that went to Tennessee, and I declined a meeting from him just this week, just because I don't want to be around him.
No, but so back the Jack thing. Not all superheroes wear capes, Dave. I understand that. So Jack Daniels is the one bourbon whiskey that is made in Tennessee.
Yep.
Well, George Dickel, but no one counts George Dickel. I refuse to drink anything made out of Lynchburg, Tennessee during the Tennessee Hate Week. Also, and this is, I don't know if you've seen this, search Galette's Tennessee Hate Week in Tuscaloosa.
Okay.
They actually will take every bottle of Jack they have. Gentleman Jack, Jack Black Label, even I think they have a single barrel. And we'll actually have on the Sunday, or no, the Saturday after the Bama game is over that night, the week before, they will take the bottles down and throw them on the ground. No matter how full they are, no matter how empty they are, they throw the Jack bottles down and break the Tennessee because it's Tennessee Hate Week.
Interesting.
Carrie, I agree with you. Folks out of state look at me all puzzled when I tell them my disdain for Tennessee is greater than that of Auburn. I think as an Alabama fan that grew up in our generation, because of the Philip Fulmer rivalry, we totally dislike Tennessee. And especially for people who grew up in this area, North Alabama, because we're so close to Tennessee, we have a lot of Tennessee fans in this area. I hate Tennessee. Auburn, and this is said best by my little brother. Tennessee is that kid down the street that you hate, that you just don't like, that tries to be you, that thinks they're better than you, when in all actuality they're not. Auburn is your next door neighbor who wants to be like you, who you kind of protect in a weird way, but Auburn's that kid that you're just annoyed with because he tries to be you so much. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No. Yeah. I guess, you talk about that Auburn luck, right? It's like Auburn's the kid that's always doing dumb stuff, but somehow they flip just the right way, or they just miss the car. It's like they never, yeah.
Carrie also said, right. I hate Tennessee. I just get annoyed by Auburn.
Exactly.
Yeah. When Auburn wins a national championship, when Auburn beats somebody besides Alabama, it's like, oh, how cute. When Tennessee wins, if they ever win again, it's just hell. So, Eric, it's the little brother you never asked for.
Oh, that's so mean.
But so true. But so true. All right, y'all. We just got more into sideline warning than than unrelated at birth. Your dad, I did dislike Tennessee more than Auburn. Not anymore. Moo Moo U is the top of my dislike list now. I think, honestly, I think it goes back to John Rogers. Hey, John's his show must be over. He comes in and joins us after his Travel Tips Tuesday. Rocky Top is way more annoying than Auburn's fight song. Agreed. And let's get into it. Rocky Top is not even their fight song.
That's true. Well, and I think that the reason Rocky Top is more annoying is because you could hear it at any given moment anywhere because it's actual song. And
they play it 1,000 times a game.
Yeah. I think what gets me with Auburn, you talk about them being annoying, is it's like the Auburn creed. The creed.
Yeah, they don't live by it.
Yeah, exactly.
Ever.
So it's like I would say my dislike is equal, but it's different kind of dislike.
Yeah.
It's a different kind, you know.
Like I don't actively root against Auburn. Yeah, if they lose, they lose.
Oh, I do.
Well, here we go. If they lose, they lose. Cool. They lose. No skin off my back if they win. I actively root against Tennessee.
Yeah. I actively root against both.
Yeah.
It's both. But yeah.
So I think, here we go. This proves the rivalry. I was at this game with Kerry. When Minnesota's band played Rocky Top after they beat Alabama in the 2004 Music City Bowl, it's one of the most painful moments of his life because they knew what they were doing. They knew.
Yeah.
They knew.
Exactly.
So, and your dad kind of made a point to all this. I think the hatred for Tennessee comes from Bear Bryant. You know, Bear Bryant hated Tennessee. He was annoyed by Auburn. You know, we always beat Auburn. In fact, he called Auburn at 6:30 in the morning saying, trying to talk to a coach, said, do you guys not know? Do you guys not wake up? Do you guys not do football?
Yeah.
But he hated Tennessee.
But you think about the relationship that Bear Bryant and Suge Jordan have. Like they were civil.
Right.
You know, they were civil at least. And I think it's gotten a lot less civil since then. But the Tennessee thing has never been that way. It's never been that way. But I agree with my dad. I would rather Auburn never win another game again in the history of all of their football. You know, but Philip Fulmer is why that whole thing is the reason why I hate Tennessee. It's like somebody who has actively done something to hurt you versus somebody who's just always there, just pestering you all the time, just like flicking at your ear behind you in class, you know? Right. That's what Auburn really is. Yeah.
And as a $1 million band member, Eric hit the nail on the head here. I've always hated Tennessee. But even when he was in the NFL, Peyton Manning leading the band at Legion Field is burnt into his head. It's burnt into mine. That's why I have never liked Peyton Manning. Everybody's like, oh, why have you never liked Peyton Manning? Or why, when it was coming down between the Titans and the Broncos of where he would finish his career off, I refused to be a Peyton Manning fan if he was going to wear Titans blue.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. Wouldn't have been able to do it.
Yep.
So, Kerry, the 5 OT game still wakes me up at 4 a.m. in a pool of sweat. Agreed.
Nice.
All right, so that was our sideline morning talk. Thank you guys for who don't know anything about the Tennessee-Alabama rivalry sticking around with us. If you've never watched Alabama football or if you've never watched SEC football and you get a chance to watch CBS this weekend at 2:30 Central Time.
We apologize that it's CBS, but we can't control that.
We can't control Vern and Gary. It's not Vern and Gary. It's Brad and Gary now. Yeah. Brad's okay. Brent Musburger. I like him.
It's Brad Nessler.
Brad Nessler, you're right. I like Brad Nessler.
Real quick, I got to say this before we wrap. The thing I have with it is that, Vern and Gary would put up with each other's nonsense. Brad Nessler tolerates Gary Danielson, and that is about it. Like, he doesn't even react to half the stuff he says, and there's just like this silence when Gary's talking sometimes.
I love it.
And it's like, yeah, Brad, we know, you know.
Yeah, we know. All right, guys. Thank y'all for spending 2 hours with us now. This was fun.
Yep.
This is one of the highlights of my week, and I enjoy the time that we get to spend talking to you guys. So, guys, have fun with your Halloween weekend, pre-Halloween weekend. Have fun with your football weekend. Enjoy your kids. Enjoy your family. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye, everybody.